Pakistan terror has been exposed at UN General Assembly Summit. This comes after Pakistan exercised its right to reply following speech by India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who implied that a neighbouring country is a hotbed of terrorism. The Pakistani representative accused India of making false allegations and attempting to tarnish its image. In response, the Second Secretary at India's permanent mission to the UN, Rantala Srinivas, expressed that it was shocking that the unnamed country chose to respond, effectively acknowledging its long-standing involvement in cross-border terrorism.
It is telling that a neighbor who was not named chose to nevertheless respond and admit their long-standing practice of cross-border terrorism. Pakistan's reputation speaks for itself. Its fingerprints are so visible in terrorism across so many geographies. It's a menace not only to its neighbors, but to the entire world. No arguments or untruths can ever whitewash the crimes of terroristan.
Earlier, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar addressed the 80th UNGA, urging UN reforms, empathy for the Global South, and action against terrorism. He highlighted India's readiness for greater responsibilities, decried the ongoing conflicts, stressed international cooperation for peace and a just world order.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar delivered a compelling address at the 80th United Nations General Assembly on Saturday. On building peace, the minister decried conflicts in Ukraine and West Asia, emphasizing nations like India must engage all sides for solutions. He lambasted terrorism, calling for choking its financing and sanctioning perpetrators.
While asserting our rights, we must also firmly face up to threats. Countering terrorism is a particular priority because it synthesizes bigotry, violence, intolerance, and fear. India has confronted this challenge since independence, having a neighbor that is an epicenter of global terrorism. For decades now, major international terrorist attacks are traced back to that one country. UN's designated lists of terrorists are replete with its nationals. The most recent example of cross-border barbarism was the murder of innocent tourists in Pahalgam in April this year. India exercised its right to defend its people against terrorism and brought its organizers and perpetrators to justice.
The minister also called for urgent reforms to revitalize the gridlocked UN and greater empathy toward the Global South amid escalating global crises.
Central to the erosion of the UN's credibility has been resistance to reform. Most members strongly desire change, but the process is being made an obstacle to the outcome. It is imperative that we see through this cynicism and purposefully address the reform agenda. The historical injustice done to Africa should be redressed. Both permanent and non-permanent membership of the Council must be expanded. A reformed Council must be truly representative, and India stands ready to assume greater responsibilities.
Highlighting UN's credibility, Jaishankar stressed the need to expand the Security Council's permanent and non-permanent membership. He positioned India as a leader ready to shoulder more responsibilities, noting the nation's more than 600 development projects across 78 countries and aid in crises like earthquakes in Afghanistan and Myanmar.
The predicament of the Global South is especially acute. Bharat, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, believes that it has both a duty to contribute and an obligation to motivate. They range from large infrastructure to small livelihoods, from capacity building to people's welfare, from concrete assets to education and training. India has been forthcoming in that regard, especially in its immediate vicinity. Whether it is finance, food, fertilizer, or fuel, we have responded to the urgent requirements of our neighbors.
EAM Jaishankar's speech underscored the need for international cooperation, stating that islands of prosperity cannot flourish in an ocean of turbulence, advocating a reformed multilateralism for a just world order. Bureau Report, DD India.